because Carlo for me was like a savior, because his example, I was very far away from the faith. And when Carlo was born, he was really running in front of the time, I always say. Carlo was really the mean that God used to make me understand that Jesus is really present in the Blessed Sacrament. Because before I was like a Protestant. I thought that the sacraments were symbols, only rites, and nothing serious. Instead, through Carlo, I understood the Eucharistic miracles, all the way he spoke, about the Eucharist, that really Jesus is present in the Blessed Sacrament, that is his real presence. And this is the reason why I said Carlo for me was a savior. There were many that were sleeping in the paper under the roof, and Carlo couldn't remain indifferent to this poorness. And he started to buy sleeping bags, blankets, to bring meals to these people. He was 9 years old when he started to organize himself like a Charitas, domestic Charitas. We'll be aware about the importance of the Eucharist, which is the most supernatural thing we have in the world, because it's God among us with his physical, as Pope Benedict used to say, presence. Physical presence is the same like me and you in front. And the only thing we don't see is generosity, because Carlo was always never complaining. He used to say sadness is the glaze over ourselves, happiness is the glaze over God. Never complaining, always helping everybody, never speaking badly about anybody. He used to stay silent, he never, he didn't want to hear, chat things he didn't like. Because he used to say, if people will be aware about the importance of the Eucharist, which is the most supernatural thing we have in the world, because it's God among us with his physical, as Pope Benedict used to say, presence. Physical presence is the same like me and you in front. And the only thing we don't see. And when we eat the Eucharist, we eat the source of love. It's important because Jesus in the Eucharist acts ex opere operatus, ex opere operantis, means independently from the holiness of the priest who celebrates and from our fervor. So Jesus always acts. The more we correspond to this love, the more he will do masterpiece in us. And this is the reason why the Eucharist used to call the highway to heaven. Because through the Eucharist, really, you can transfigure your life. You can live in the co-eternity of God, because the infinite meets the finitude of the world. And all the sign that God is giving us through the Eucharistic miracle, that for the first time the signs is our light, because recognize them, is really something really fantastic.